Hello everyone. Today I will be demonstrating and also reviewing how to make DIY candles using the kit provided by JMark, which is sold on Amazon.com. The kit does come with 4 8-ounce bags of natural soy wax, containers, container labels, color blocks, scents, pretty much any and everything that you would need in order to make your own candles. Now, while the kit does come with over 66 items, there is enough wax for you to make 4 candles using their candle containers that they do provide. So if you were looking to make more, you would just need to purchase additional soy wax in order to make more candles. There is a 100% money back guarantee. So if you have any issues whatsoever, you can contact the company directly and resolve it through them. The little dots that I just showed, those are the glue dots that you'll be using in order to secure the candle wick to the candle wick holder. And here is the thermostat that is also provided and is super useful for gauging the temperature of the wax. It's actually a candy deep fry thermometer, but it works perfect to gauge the temperature of the wax while you are warming it or boiling it actually. And here is the actual boiler container, and inside are the color blocks. You have like a gold, a pink or fuchsia, and a blue. So they do provide you with 3 different colors that you are able to use, and they provide you with a couple of color blocks per color. And I'm not sure, I think these are just the little like stickers letting you know what type of scented oils they provide for you to use in the wax so that your candles are scented. There is vanilla, and when you add these scented oils into the wax, you will use the entire container, which is nearly 1 ounce. We have lavender, lemon, and there's one of the bags. I did like how they had separated it so you didn't have to do any kind of guessing games with figuring out how much wax you were going to need in order to make for 1 candle. So I did appreciate that. And they also did provide containers. Here's one of the containers, super cute. And they're different colors. So that's the darker one, the brown one. And they have the blue one, which is my personal favorite. And a cream or yellow, or I guess it's more a cream color one. That one's really pretty too. And the white one. And so, as I stated, there's enough wax for you to make 4 candles using their specific containers. And so that's the wick holder. That's just what the little wooden stick that you'll use to stir the wax and also the oil in the wax. And then there are the wicks. So your first step is you're going to take one of those glue dots and you're going to attach it to the wick holder. And you have to pull the white paper apart from the glue. Stick it right there on the bottom. And adhere it to the container. Pretty simple. Now the containers are a little, I don't know if they're banged up, but you just kind of have to just straighten them out a little bit, which isn't a problem. The next step is you're going to dump a full 8-ounce bag of wax into your boiler container. Next step, get you a pot large enough so that the boiler can sit in it. Don't fill the pot with too much water. That was my mistake at first. But get the water boiling, which I did, and then you're going to turn the heat down. So you're not going to leave the water boiling while the boiler is in there. So now I added the boiler, which has the wax inside. And I also dumped some of the water out because when I first put it in, the boiler was floating all around. So I had to dump out some of the water so that it could actually just sit still in the pot. And so as you can see, the wax is not fully melted yet. We want the wax to be completely melted, and the temperature needs to be at 180. Almost there. It's at 175. So what I did is I turned the temperature, the heat back up to reheat the water even more so that it could fully melt the wax and get to that 180 temp. See, it's perfect. I just added the blue color block. That's the color that I was wanting to use. And so you don't return it to a boil, but it does need to be heated. The water needs to stay heated so that the color block can melt. You can use the stick to kind of stir the color block around so that the color is dispersed evenly within the wax. And at that point, you can take it out of the heat. Now we're adding the oil, and I chose the ocean scent. And so as I stated, you're going to just pour the entire container in, and you want to stir while it's being poured so that the scent is also dispersed evenly within the candle. Now, one thing about the scent, it is fair, not overpower. The scent doesn't overpower you. It's just enough. However, I don't think it's strong enough for the candle because once I actually lit the candle, I couldn't really smell the scent at all, honestly. So I set the wax aside. I now have the container. The next step is to go get the wick holder. What you're going to do is place that in the center of the container before you add the wax. Now, when you're pouring the wax, and this is important, you want to make sure that you pour inside of the wick container first. So you want to pour the wax into the small container so that way it's stabilized and it'll be centered. Once you have that little container filled with wax, you'll pour around it so that the wax cools around and secures the wax holder in the container in the center. Also, make sure you don't over pour. You will have a lot of leftover wax in your boiler, but you don't want to pour so much wax to where you can't put the lid on top of the container. So as you can see, I did leave room between the top of the container and to where I filled it so that it did not overflow. And there you have it. So we've got the wax in there. You really can't see the color yet. However, once it dries, the color will take. The directions advise to let the wax cool overnight. I did that, and as you can see, the candle looks beautiful. Doesn't really have much of a scent, but it is very beautiful. This was so easy to do and so fun. I can definitely see this being a family project. This is my first time ever making a candle. I would give this 4 stars. Only 4 because, like I said, the scent, you can't smell it in the candle, and that's really big to me. I love candles, so I need to smell the scent that's being used. Other than that, 4 stars, great family project, very fast and easy. I absolutely loved it. Thank you, Amazon, for providing me with this opportunity to leave a review and receive the product. And thank you all for watching.